Hello. Right, what I'm going to do is drag it up on here. That's working. Boom. Turn the volume down on that. And any comments I see will pop up on there. Let a few of you turn up. How you all keeping? All right? How do Wayne, Jed? You're going to have to forgive me. I've got my phone elastic band to my GoPro stick, so it's going to be proper wobbly, as you can see. I've got my old phone down here so I can see the comments as they come in. Hi, brother. Second Star Survival. So what I'm going to do, I'll just wait for a couple of people to get here and we'll knock it up and we'll go from there. Unfortunately, I had everything ready. I had a big tin, little tin, blah, 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 blah. As most of you will know, women like to clean and my missus threw them out. So I've got an old aluminium bottle, tin can, and we'll see how we get on, won't we? Let's have a look, see how you're going down here. Hello, Samuel, Alistair, Mozzo, size 5 low again, Martin Brown, Brendan Allen, Jed Kirk. Right, should we crack on? How you all doing, by the way? Hope none of you have been affected by it. It's been a tricky one, isn't it? Stuck indoors, I'm rattling. Thank Christ for these evening walks with the nippers. Brendan Allen, Lee Bolton, Wayne Lee, Loafer X, hello all. Right, actually got a fair few in at the moment, so I reckon we'll begin. What's that there? It's actually printing my t-shirt. Right, so, things you're going to need. 2 tins of different sizes. Sharpie. Stabby thing. Pair of scissors. I've got various drill bits and my drill down there. So the premise of it is the smaller tin goes inside the bigger tin. So first thing I'm going to do is centralise that, draw around and try and cut the bottom out. Evening Michael, by the way. As luck would have it, it is basically sitting on that inner rim. What I'm going to do is cut it slightly smaller. That way I can force the other tin through it. And yep, it should hold tight. Best way to do this when you've got the bigger stuff is to drill right the way around. Then you've only got to snip a little bit. But as most of you know, I'm a ham-fisted fuckwit. So I'm going to be smashing it just with my stabby thing. So if I cut my finger off, what's going on in here? Improvise, adapt and overcome, Wayne. That's definitely the way. Hello Keith, Michael, Gary Hart's Wild Camper. Right, I shall begin. Oh, this ain't going to end well. I'll scare myself when I'm holding knives and stuff. Get in, you cow son. That's a nice noise, isn't it? Really nice. Must be good viewing. Oh, it sounds like I'm going bleeding seal clubbing. Always have a first aid kit at hand. You wait till I start getting the power tools on the go. Didn't actually work out too bad, to be honest. Do you see me gurning as I'm cutting that? Right. Get rid of that last little bit. So as you can see, that's all cut there. I'm just going to bend it up a little bit already. Jesus Christ! Right, you may see a lot of wobbling. Oh, you fucker. A few minor adjustments. Let's see what's going on here. Measure twice, cut once. Measure? So basically all I'm doing here is making a few slits so that when I force it down, it should fan open. Who we got? Alan Hunter from Orkney. Bleed now. Hope you're all right up there, mate. Ambulance is in short supply at the moment. Don't worry about that. Matt Blythe, hello, mate. I had a tooth extracted today, and I think she's tight. She be tight, all right, mate. I don't hear that often. Right. Let's see if that's helped at all. And the answer will be no. So I need to make it a bit bigger. Scissors don't work. Hello, Joey Chisel. Joey Chisel, what a name. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. Smashing it. Never doubted myself. So yeah, I'm basically just slicing right up to the line I need. And bastardising the can. It will blow. Oh, there we go. Got it. Have I? It would have been a damn sight easier had I had the kit I actually wanted. Just keep going around and working it. Try not to take your thumb or one of your chins off. There we go. She be in. Right. So the next thing I want to do is you need a gap in between the bottom and the base of your second tin, because you're going to drill holes in the bottom of this, holes in the bottom of this, and just below this line you're going to drill holes in this tin to let the gas back in to relight. So grab your Sharpie, make a rough line around the bottle so you know where to drill below. So I'll tell you what would have been good, not using a green Sharpie on a green bottle. So I now know that from here I need to drill down about 1/2 inch, loads of little holes. With this I need to cut the top off the bottle. I'm going to give it a good inch above that line for my pot stand to go on. Now I could use my Dremel, or I could use a saw, or I could be a ham-fisted fecker, stab it and cut it with some scissors. Now what do you reckon I'm going to do? Let's have a quick look. You feel sick watching? Why is that? Glorious Milton Keynes. Hello, Mike Outdoors. Who else we got? Work it, baby. Working the rim, all right, mate. Yeah. Didn't even spit on it. Green Sharpie on a green bottle. I am a genius, mate, me. Celebrity's really struggling. Ray Winston now on YouTube. You cheeky fecker. Sam, do you know what? I'm going to take your advice and I'm going to stab it. So if we go about an inch up, straight through, look at that. Now I know a lot of people come to see precision engineering. I am an ex-Royal Engineer. Once a sapper, always a sapper, and that's shite. So as you can see, this is precision engineering. I'm going to go all the way around there. Not even going to use scissors, just hacking it. If this meets up on the other side, it will be amazing. I missed my calling in life. I'd have been a brilliant serial killer. So there are lots of people out there, and you know we all like kit. And you can go out and you can buy the solo stove. Just make that and spend 70, 80, 90 quid on a decent wood gas stove. Or you could be a beggar and do this. Right, first things first. I'm going to trim it a tad, or maybe not. Just so it doesn't look like a complete abortion. And I'm also going to cut in a feeding pole. Feeding pole. Yeah, that's nowhere near straight, but it don't matter. So, get rid of that. Cut my finger, straighten in a bit of tin. So, as you can see, there's your little feeding pool. You've still got a bit above the line. Lovely, jubbly. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to tidy up a bit so I don't cut myself. I am going to go get me drill and start a drilling. And catch up on some comments. Oh, stab it, did do. You were talking about the inch that I take it with a 24.6mm. Penknife, blood on the walls, I can see it coming. Matt, I'm a pro. I mean, what do you really think is going to happen? Look at me. Always bear that kid will put anything in his mouth. When it comes to wood gas stoves, he is a daddy. To be fair, they do seem to work. Step style survival. Next time I see someone missing a finger and a black eye, I'll be thinking of your homemade gasifier stove. Wild Ginger Bruce in the house. Man Stuff TV, Trail Dog, Frugal all the way. Yep. Ow, ow, yam. What I'm going to do now, go get the drill. Loads and loads and loads of holes around here. I'm going to put a couple around the bottom as well to let a bit more air in. Then I'm going to go just below here, a few holes around the side, and lots of holes around the bottom. 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves. So, what sort of size holes shall we go for? I reckon 4mm for the bottom. because with 4mm on the bottom, it means my hand should recover quite well. So as you can see, you're getting loads and loads of holes. There's nowhere near finished. I'm going to make a load more. Either that, or you can get something pointy like a screwdriver and go at it like Charles Manson. That one didn't want to give, did it? What you will find is you will bend the crap out the can if you are a ham-fisted freak like myself. Any of you out there working in health and safety, feel free to use me as an example of exactly what you should be doing. How is everyone coping with the lockdown anyway? I'll put a couple more in the bottom and then I'll start around the outside. That'll do for now. Right, what we got going on here? Battery going dark, see it coming, no doubt, but if the battery dies, I'll just go back to stabbing, don't I? Aluminium will stick to the drill bit. Loving it, here comes the blood. People have no faith in me. No faith. Stir crazy, no work. Jack in store makes me mad bugger. While camping in the garden, good man. Samuel Weir, hammock in the garage. Somewhere to hide. Oh, bit of hammock self-pleasuring. Just a few around the outside, just for a little bit more air intake. Right, I think that will about do it for that. What I'm going to do now is get a bigger drill bit and go around the bottom of this one. What size should we go for? I'm going to go for
an 8.5mm.
Yes.
The reason I'm using 8.5 is for optimum air intake. Because I know what the fuck I'm talking about, obviously.
Come on, you bastard thing. Here we go. Woohoo! Get in there, you cow son. Couple more randoms. If any of you are looking for a channel to watch that does some quality craftsman stuff, Wild Ginger Bruce is always the guy to look for. But if you are looking for a channel that could be the start of Casualty, I'm your man. Right, that'll do. Now what I'm going to do is get back to me little one, and I'm going to, around that line where I said below that point, I'm going to drill, let's have a look. I'll start off with 8 and I might boost that up to 16. There's one. The way to do that is obviously quarter it. So go opposite, opposite again, so on and so forth. Good here, isn't it? There's the first 4. Just go in between them now. Yeah, as near as damn it. So now what we do is get that back through there. Find something like that. In fact, I might not need it. Right. So here we have a very, very, very bodged, but what will be a fully working stove. Now, what the best thing to do is firstly, I'm going to have a look at some comments. Kenny Everett. I'm in health and safety and I'm sharpening my billet right now. Done like a pro, damn right it is. Got no work at the mo, started building a boat instead of my shed. Sales are going through the roof. Boom. I'm on the Isle of Wight, Jed. As Gary just said, and Ginger Bruce. What do you mean I'm in my own little world? Right, now, what you can do here, what I'm not going to do, but I will do later, I've got some heat resistant silicone, and you put that around the outside after you've sanded down all the rough edges and you're away basically. But what I'm going to do with this bad boy is I'm going to fill her up with some cat litter. I'm going to pop her outside. I am going to light her up and see if she works. And once she's lit and is actually working, do you know what I'll do? I'll bring thee back. Now, you can put a bit of weight on there, so a cup of water will be fine as is. Obviously, once it's siliconed, it's a lot better. Let me just grab a handful of cat litter. So when you're filling them up with cat litter, you want to go below the holes that you made for the hot air to come back into the stove. And something this size will probably burn. You'll get a good, I don't know, 20-minute burn out of it, maybe even longer. Right, so that's enough of them. Purely because I ain't got any birch bark or anything like that. Light fluid just to soak into the top bit to get it to light. That'll do it. I'll whip you out now so you can see me light it. Where should I go, front or back? I'll go out back. Grab me lighter, got it in my pocket. So, let's go and have a mooch. Wait there, dog. Oh, getting attacked by that curtain. Right, what do I need? Just get that alight. Right. So hopefully, as you can see, that's going to burn. I will let that catch for a bit. And then once it's started to gasify, I'll pop back out and show you. So we give that 5 minutes. And while I'm tidying up and talking shite, what's new in the world of you lot? I'm sorry this is so slapdash, but as I say, you got to work with what you got, haven't you? And how long did that take me? 20 minutes, 25 minutes? Right. Put that crap away. Nice tidy toolbox. Get rid of all the sharps off of my kids' breakfast table. It's a shame I've been saving that bottle because I was going to make another, what's it called? White box out of it. But them's the breaks, I'll make a guitar slide instead. Didn't mean to do that, I meant to do that. What we got? I've heard of people using cat litter as fuel. That's exactly what I've done in there, purely because I ain't got any twigs, so I ain't been out. Wood chip litter, which is the same thing. Poor Boris. I don't care what your political affiliation is, you've got to admit, at least the government are doing something. I mean, you could just imagine if that other twat was in charge, couldn't you? Just out of interest, has anybody, or does anybody, know of anyone that has actually been directly affected by this? Yeah, definitely use fresh cat litter. Although a nice dried turd can burn quite well, but it's not the sort of a flavour you want. You cheeky git. Mark Dooney McLeod. You know quite a few, Jed. Yeah, we've got about 8 cases on the Isle of Wight at the minute. It's going to skyrocket. So all these London folk come down here to their second homes, you know. It don't be good. No, Gemma Collins has not made contact at all, which I'm pretty gutted about. But you never know. If she smells that burning out there, she might think it's a barbecue and whip straight round. I wouldn't touch it with a stolen dick. Yeah, I believe you were at Eton, weren't you, Gary? Janitor, weren't you? I've got to say, it's going to get pretty bleeding nuts here. I'm hoping they shut the ferries over here, but I'm off work for the foreseeable future. Hats off to my employers. I'm in an industry where they didn't have to call it. I could have carried on working, but they put their employees first. You know, they've guaranteed our payment. So really, hats off. Not that anyone's going to see this, but if you do, you're all right. It's got ginger nuts there now, is it? It ain't good, Alistair. It's shocking how quick it spread, and the amount of people that ain't listening to the advice. It's nuts. Just stay indoors. Play with yourself. News agents are staying open. Yeah, you've had all them people ramping up prices and all sorts of shizzle, ain't you? Ain't been good. Not been good at all. I am volunteering for the NHS as well, because in this sort of circumstance, you have to, don't you? You can't not. And to see, I think they had 4,500,000 people volunteer. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Obviously, I'm talking about in the UK. If there's any of my across the pond friends watching, then yeah, the NHS is a diamond in the rough. I ain't going to go into what I think should happen to it all, because I don't need to. Don't do politics. Don't do politics or religion. I won't mention the Holy Christmas Jew. Fair play, Dooney. It's good to see that a lot of people are taking it. Not Sports Direct. I mean, that bloke's a dick. But a lot of people are taking it serious. Yep, fair one, Samuel. I mean, there's lots of people they don't look at. I mean, I'm within construction. I'm not actually a builder or a chippy or anything like that, but I supply stuff to construction. And yeah, it was a godsend that they turned around to the people that are self-employed. It has been absolutely nuts. But we can't keep talking about the shit that's going on here, can we? What else is going on? What are you doing so when this is all over, you can get straight out, up in the hills, in the woods, down the beach, whatever? Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about the baby boom. It's what else do you do as soon as the kids are in bed? My wife gets to see my drilling face. Yeah, I've got a few. If this goes well and people enjoy it and stuff like that, I am going to knock up a few better planned making tutorials. If any of you watch my vids regularly, you'll know that I'm a scruffy bastard, is what I'm trying to say. But my kit works, and that's all you can ask for. So yeah, I've got you know, like the Cascade tables. I've been knocking a few of them up. I've got a hammock there that I need to finish off that you can have a look at. There's all sorts of shizzle we can do, or just sit down and have a chat. YouTube's an absolute nightmare now for having live chats and having more than one person on the stream, because who wants to listen to one ginger bastard, no offense, Bruce, waffle? Not many people. That is a damn good idea, Samuel. I haven't actually helped the scouts out for a while. I've been out with them before and showed them how to skin and gut rabbits and things like that. And it is brilliant. You want to be careful people don't start robbing your allotment, Keith. A vasectomy boom. I saw that picture of you out in that canoe earlier today, Loafer. That's yeah, Doug, isn't it, your name? awesome. I could be doing a bit of that. At the moment, I'm taking my kids on a big long walk every night in places where there are no one, where no one goes. But I'm beasting them army style. I've written up the program for the day with PE, and I've got to learn a skill and all this sort of stuff. Recumbent trike. You know, that's not too bad. Unfortunately, you're still a cyclist, but it's a comfy cyclist. I'll give you that. How's the stove doing? I'm going to pop out and have a look. If it's gasified, I'll bring you out. Needs a couple more minutes. We don't do gas over here, we do petrol. It's you can look as close as you like, but it's definitely the same stove. It might not work, I'm not saying it's gonna work, but it'll work. Any decent channels you boys have been watching? I say boys, if there's any girls out there, I'm sorry. Yes, maybe not a live stream on how to make a catty, but I have got one that I'm currently working on, a really nice natural. I'm going to have a go at carving it and stuff like that. I have got a load of templates that I've knocked up for a load of ply catties, but then I'm using me thinking it'd be bloody loud. So what I was going to do is do like a making of video. You know, they film it in time lapse and post that up. If there's any interest in that, let me know. Let's face it, I need shit to do. Dutch Bushcraft knives. I've seen him a couple of times actually. Yeah, it's not a bad channel. Not a bad channel at all. Skill cult. Have you misspelt something there, Bruce? Where's my bleeding vape stick gone? I have noticed as well, 401 Files, he's come back. Oh, it's Ben something outdoors. I can't remember his last name, but he's got another channel now dedicated to bushcraft. My good lady's slipping in there, trying not to be seen, and she's swearing at me.
Do you want a coffee?
I'd love a coffee, darling.
Can I make a coffee?
Yeah, you can do what you like. You live here. What's that? You want to show them all your ass?
Fuck off me.
Skill cult. I might have to. Zach Fowler as well. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of him. Yeah, he's bloody good at what he does. I've been out a lot with the catapults as well. I was out tonight with a couple of catapults, and he's got some skills, that bloke. You know, I said yes to my wife making the kettle. I forgot that she seems to make it in a bleeding Apollo's rock. Can't talk. Keith Andrews, yeah. Guard your allotment with your life, mate. Get it done. Had quite a good showing today. I had 31 at one point. That's unbelievable, that, isn't it?
You bought the rest off them?
Oh yeah, the rest legged it ages ago, Jack. As soon as I opened my fat wobbling jowls. So I'm trying to think, who would you put a shout out? JRP Outdoors is quite a good channel. A good channel, it ain't quite a good channel. And that young lady whose name escapes me, UK Carry Outdoors. That is going to be a big channel, people. I guarantee you that. I don't know why. I've just got a feeling. Unlike the likes of, you know, me and Wild Ginger Bruce, we both got a face like a smashed crab, so it's a struggle to get through any of our films. You clatty old cat. Did you hear that? Oh. Simon, bloke in woods, is good. See, he has got skill. If he made one of them, it'd be mint. But could he make it with a broken Gerber and a green Sharpie on a green bottle? In fact, apart from the drill, that's all I've even used. Did I get my saw from Simon? What saw? Did I win a saw? I'll never win anything. Or if you're asking if I got saw from Simon, I really don't know. No, I didn't. Shut up, Ginge. I ain't Mark, mate, no. Definitely not Mark. Is that Bushcraft? Yep, I'm open to all sorts of channels. I'm going to be watching a load. Normally, I'll be honest with you, I don't watch a huge amount. Generally, I try to pick some smaller channels. You know how hard it is in YouTube. I'm only a small channel myself, but when they're 50, 100, 150 subs, they just don't get any traffic. So if I can sit down and enjoy it, I'll happily shout them out, because let's face it, everyone needs a bit of love. When you get to some of the bigger channels, I'm a great fan of Hayes Outdoors, but there's no point in shouting him out. He's got 40,000 plus, whatever. So yeah, the smaller channels, I'm clearing my throat, don't panic. Yeah. Give them some love. My beautiful assistant is now going to drop me a lovely cup of coffee. That's a great bit of kit I bought recently, that percolator.
Shut up.
Somewhere there is a fighter pilot missing his thumbs. There is a Scamel without any wheel nuts.
Lee.
Sorry, darling?
Just concentrate on your stupid talk.
I like to hit the guys who bring you in. Some are like ads for gear companies. No, I must admit, I've had something sent to me and I will test it. If it's shite, I'll tell you it's shite. If it's good, I'll tell you it's good. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. Always look for the people that actually go out camping. That's the way I see it. But don't get me wrong, some of the kit people do talk about is immense. It's brilliant. But it's not necessarily what everyone can afford. That isn't a bear. That's my wife's back. No stinky time for me later. How's the gasifier doing? Right, I'll go and have a butcher's. You impatient bastards. Right, it's just about underway. Net curtain doing me in again. But if you have a look, you can actually see it coming out of those jets. I don't know if you can see it because, where are you? Can you see that? So it is actually gasifying out of those jets. No smoke, nice clean burn. Lovely job. Sorry, it's a forward facing camera. This is terrible. Can you see it coming out of them jets? Out of them jets. Little bit of jets. So we have a bit of success. I'll let that burn for a bit and see how long it goes for. Right, let's battle this fucking net curtain again. There you go, happy with that. It could do with, can definitely do with more jets, but it works. That'll certainly a little lightweight thing you could put inside your cup and you're away. It'll boil a cup of water. I'm going to say, I don't know, under 10 minutes it'll boil a cup of water. Yeah, see, that's the trouble we have over here. We don't have a huge amount of affordable kit. Now, you say, for example, the Raw Bonnet Ridge Runner isn't that expensive of a hammock, but you put in the import charges and postage and stuff, and all of a sudden, yeah, it's a bloody expensive hammock. By the time you've got the underquilt and all that sort of stuff, huge expense. Now, I've started making a lot of my own hammocks, and to get them longer over here, once again, is a nightmare. No one seems to do it. So you've got to make them yourself. The last couple I made are phenomenal. Although I had a cold night's kip in it, that was more to do with the change of wind direction blowing through the middle of the underquilt. That one Tigress underquilt works a treat, but it's massive. To try and get a small down underquilt here, you're talking hundreds. And I know they cost hundreds. But you would hope that there would be some cottage industries, some cottage vendors that would actually whack them out. If I was any better with a sewing machine, I certainly would. Have a good mark. Nice of you to pop along, dude. To get a look at a piece of the planet, check out ADK Woods Walker. I've seen Woods Walker before. He's a dude, yeah. And to be fair, Outkit, they specialise actually in ain't it, cycling stuff. But no, their kit, a lot of people with cloud-based and stuff like that, people swear by it, and hats off. I've never tried it. I've today thrown out my little air mattress purely because it had loads of little leaks in it, and there was no way I was able to fix it. I've still got my multi-mat from 18 years ago, just got a couple of little holes I can fix, but it packs up a bit big. So I do need a new air mat, which I'll be looking at. And I've just found my Costco down throat to make another underquilt because that thing I'm using is massive and it is getting warmer. Anything I'm missing? Right, views are dropping off now, which is understandable because, yeah, I'm a fat babbling knacker. Anything, is Outkit getting expensive? Oh shit, I might open my mouth too much. Anything anyone wants to know before I call it? Because, well, we've got 10 minutes and it's been an hour. And I know these things get dull. Quick sugar tea? Does anyone know how to stop a dog being a homo? That thing I've got is she's pants. Nice girl, box a stroke. But yeah, she sees another dog, she's straight under my feet. Go to move her, on her back, legs up. It's heartbreaking really, but also very fucking annoying. projects. What are you talking about when I'm going out? Well, I ain't going out at the minute, or in here. So I've got to do how to make that cascade table thing. Although the cascade tables ain't expensive, you might as well get one that looks neat. But that is a 5-minute build. Absolutely no time. What else could I do? Oh, there is something. Motorcycle Wild Camper. Go check him out. He managed to make out of a. I'll show you what he made out of. Basically, lard. He put a tub of that in, which is about 80 pence worth, into a jar, trimmed down a candle, shoved that in the middle, and that burnt for 48 hours. So obviously you can make them smaller, so you can have a couple of 24-hour candles or whatever you like, but I thought I'd give that a try. So I'm going to make a long burning candle out of some lard, and if it's no good, I can smear it all over myself and have a go on myself later. Cheers, Doug. I'm pretty sure your name's Doug. You'll love it over here, mate. Bruce didn't. He went hungry. Veggie lard, is it? Hope not. Yeah, the stove's still outside. It might have gone out now. Hang on. Oh, where are you, you bastard? Yeah, the stove's just about gone out now, so that's it. You get about 15-20 minutes out of a couple of handfuls of cat litter, which is more than enough to make the fryer. The more holes you put in for the jets, and the more holes in the bottom of the bottle or bigger cans. If you have like, what are they? Potatoes. You get tins of potatoes, didn't you? Or the one I used last time, which was brilliant, was a golden syrup tin with a normal tin inside it. And that burnt 45 minutes. I got that for. Yeah, I'm not burning myself, Doug. That's one thing I never actually do, burn myself. Cut myself all the bleeding time, stub my toe, fall over, all that sort of shit, but never burn myself. I've jinxed it now, haven't I? Oh. Yeah, cheers, Nut Hutch. Glad to hear. Bell end. So what we got? I'm gonna. In fact, do you know what? I will make a catapult live. Yeah, a nice decent one. It'll be loud. I'll actually set my camera up proper. I might do it in my little conservatory and get my workbench out and actually plan it. The issue I have is YouTube is shite for streaming now, unless you got all the kit. As you can tell, I'm a fucking technophobe. It's hard enough for me to phone someone, let alone set up a bleeding live stream. I've got 2 phones on the go, look. Oh, what have I done now? Exactly. No, I never did do the Shosha steak. I had something lined up for it and life got in the way, unfortunately. And I think once it goes past a certain amount of time, ain't really right, is it? But we'll see. We'll see. There's more stuff coming up. I've had to postpone my walk because that was meant to happen pretty much next month. Well, end of May. Can't do that, so poor old Johnny Fuck Spud ain't going to get to do a long distance walk with us. I don't know how he'll sleep at night. He loves his hammock, by the way. What bit of kit do I always take on every trip? Good question, that. Down jacket. I've got a cheap and nasty Decathlon down jacket, and it is the bollocks. Plain and simple, the bollocks. And something that I've been taking on every trip recently is my neck knife. I've got a cheap and nasty one from AliExpress, and it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. See you later, Bruce. Hope you stub your fucking toe. Or tread on Lego. Sorry to hear that, Doug. There's a lot of it about, a lot of it. You know, I saw some dappy old cow on the Tinterweb the other day saying about this shit that's going on at the minute is a gendered disease because all the nurses and that are women and stuff like that, not realising that 70% of the people that die are men. It actually feels, Jed, like a decent quality. It's got a bit of weight to it. I've sharpened it. It's stayed sharp. It's actually a decent bit of kit, that knife, neck knife. The scabbard and that was good. It was only a £5. I've had a £5's worth out of it already. And it's just handy to have. It hasn't fallen out and stabbed me when I'm walking or anything. Oh, what's this? Pretty sure I did what, Bruce, or I missed some stuff here. Caller, check it out. How long have you had your hat for? This one, I think about 5 or 6 years. It's starting to fall apart, but I love it. I've got a brand new one somewhere. But no, my hat goes everywhere with me because I'm losing me barnet. That ain't why I wear it, to be honest with you. I just like the hat. I couldn't give a toss. Bald, airy, beardy, ginger. Couldn't give a monkeys. My days going out on a pull are well and truly over. I'm a father of 4 with a very angry wife. I'm happy. Those CRKT knives are brilliant. They really are brilliant. If you are interested, I think it might have been on my last vid. Someone was asking about my neck knife, and I put a link up to it in my response to it's Burton Outdoors. Another good little channel. Hello, Lee, oldest raver in town. See, that's the thing. I don't mind spending the money if it is worth it. Where I get the ump is if someone's charging me a £5 for something that's worth £3. I'll get the right ump. If someone's charging me £1,000 for something that's worth £1,000, I'll pay it all day long. But if I can get something just as comfy for bleeding 40 quid, no contest really, is there? Yes, yes I do. I sleep in it, I crap in it, I walk in it, run in it, you name it. And yes, I have the other in it. Yeah, knives are one of those things, isn't it? I like them. I do enjoy knives, but I don't look after them. It's a tool, isn't it? My air rifle, I've got a really expensive air rifle, and I fucking open gates for it and all sorts of crap. But I have heard good things about them CRKT knives. They are meant to be the shizzle. Older edge really well. That's one thing I want Bruce to get into, because Bruce is brilliant at his level work and all this sort of stuff. I'm pretty sure I've seen him forge something on a campfire out of a bit of, what's it called, reinforcing bar and stuff like that. He's done a squirrel cooker. I reckon he could knock up some nice blades. And he's got a bit of time now, so get on to him. Congratulations on your 5,000, by the way, Bruce. 5,000 people subbed to see your fucking mug. I mean, let's face it, you ain't a pretty man. That's why, you know, Mary left you in saying about Mary. Yes, I have got a Mora. I've got Mora Clipper. Had that 15 years. Brilliant little knife. Halterford's working knife. They're only about 5-6 quid, I think. I've got a couple of them. They rust pretty easy, but it don't bleed matter, does it? They still batten wood when they're rusty. Dip them in a bit of white wine vinegar or Coke, give it a scrub, sharpen her up, back in the bag. Lovely job. I've got a Condor Bush Law, which is a lovely knife. Not too good at cutting spuds because it's a thick old blade, but I can trash that. It's now got a black blade. I don't even know how I managed it, to be honest with you. Yeah, I went to give it a clean and it ended up black. But it still works. Who gives a tosh? Any jokes, anyone? I can't believe I can actually read that, Keith, from up there. Definitely use and abuse. Got to be done. It's a tool. It's my body has been used and abused, and that's the most precious thing I've got. I don't look after that. That's one thing I am proper gutted about. I started to tell you now because I've had to stop it because the gym shut. I was doing 30 for 30 where I was running 30 minutes every day, 100 press ups a day, 100 sit ups a day. In the first week and a half, I lost half a stone and I was feeling great. And then this bastard thing shut the gym down, didn't it? But I'm tempted to get a prison body in here. I do have an Opinel. I've got a few Opinels. Got the kids all Opinels, the one with the blunt ends. Once again, cracking little knife. They're good for food prep and, they can handle skinning as well. Cracking little knives. Been around forever. I don't know how they get around the lock knife rule though. Anyone know? So Bruce, you're going to start making knives or what? I know the Wiltshire man a bit as well, and he makes some cracking knives, the old Jack Laws. He allegedly was going to start making some stainless steel ones, so that'd be interesting. He may well already have done, to be honest with you. Go on then, chubby. Have you? Oh, fair one. I think mine's the 7. Might be the 8. No, it is the 8, but that's got the locking ring on it. Right then, guys, I'm about to call it. I'm going to go show my wife a good husband. Isn't that right, wife? She told me to piss off if you didn't hear. I'm a very convincing man, though. Get the action on. Look like Fred Durst. I used to carry an axe, but to be honest with you, I don't really get a lot of use because I don't go out on multiple days, and I want to go out on multiple days. A decent knife will do pretty much everything that an axe will do. Yeah, if you've got a saw, you don't need an axe, and yeah, they're handy, but not really. I've got a lovely one in there. I bought Halterford's one, and I don't think I've ever used it. I know all the handle and that's mouldy in there. I think I sharpened it up, put it in the shed, and never got around to using it. File knife, I like them. They're tough as tits as well. And cookeries. But, in the UK, you're not allowed above, I believe it's, you're not allowed a knife where the blade locks into place. They call them lock knives over here, funnily enough. I think anything over 4 inches or whatever it is. But as you know, the Opinel does lock off. So is it classed as a lock knife? A lock knife is generally the one with the push button at the back that you close up to stop you chopping your fingers off. But oh, cheers, Bruce. A&ER full, mate. When you look like this, you should be worried about the maternity wards being full. Yeah. Defo. Everyone likes knife making. Oh, there's no way I'd do it because, yeah, it wouldn't look like a fucking knife. I could actually take a knife, try and make it a better knife, and it would end up looking like a file. Just joined, what we're talking about. We're just talking piss and wind, mate, to be honest. Anyone make this stove along with me, by the way? If you did, I bet it works better. They're just talking about kit and just general bollocks, mate. I've really got to sort out so I can get more than one person on these chats. I downloaded a thing for a chat we were going to do a couple of weeks ago, but I think it's expired now. What do you want to talk about, new Forrest Gump? Here's one for you. Your Forrest Gump. What did he say about chocolates? Step away from the stoves. Who don't like stoves though, mate? I've got hundreds. See, I could do that. I could do live makings of the fancy feast. I put a vid up not so long ago on them. Them fancy feast stoves are awesome. Absolutely awesome. I rate them. It took over my Trangia. Annealing. Sounds technical. Good on you, Keith. Off to bust a nut. Aha, you're wrong. He never said life is like a box of chocolates. Never said it. Ever. And it's going to sound like I'm being pedantic, but it's this whole Mandela effect. It's like, he actually said life was like a box of chocolates. But you look at like Disney with Snow White. What did Snow White say when she looked in the mirror? Don't know. I've no idea what make the is. It's just a waxed cap from an outdoor sports shop. I know Barber make them, but it ain't a Barber. Don't think it's a Barber anyway. Yes, I've got a couple of those little folding twig stoves, and if you get the cheap ones, they work brilliant. You get the expensive ones, they work brilliant. Cheap ones are really, really light, and you can buy 10 for a bush box. And the bush boxes are heavy, but tend to last. No, I generally take them with me as well. They also work as a windshield if you're using your mess. But the cheap Chinese Woodgas stoves, I've used it on the last few camps. I've used it loads and loads. They're brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Certainly with cat litter, you get a better burn with twigs, but you get a longer burn with cat litter. And if you want to, I don't know, cook up a meal rather than just fry off a steak, yeah, you get a nice controlled heat out of them. It's weird, it's got a delay on this phone. So if we get a bit of dead air, I apologise. Oh no, don't get me wrong. Generally speaking, I don't. But if you're camping with a family or you go down a beach and you want to cook something up, it's great. But no, I'm with you. If you know you're going to have, say for example, you don't want a fire, but you want to make bannock. Job. You know, you can keep loading up the wood, or you can whack it on, leave it for half hour, and you know your bannock's done with one charge of wood pellet. Yeah, self-clumping stuff, not too good. Alfie Aesthetics is a really good channel, but he only posts about once a year, unless he started posting more recently. He's got a great manner about him. There's loads of great channels on YouTube. I was watching one today. Oh, what's his name? Matt, I like flying or something, or I'm flying Matt or something. He does paramotoring, and he's getting into wild camping as he does paramotoring, which is quite interesting. But there's loads out there. There's too many to mention, because if you mention a few, then, you know, you're forgetting other people, aren't you? Tell you what, I have noticed, giving up smoking, they'll say it's been bleeding 6 years, but not smoking when you're with the kids all day, every day. I love me kids, but they're working my last fucking nerve. It seems a shame to shut it down when I've got 20 viewers. It's unheard of. Who would you like to see as a guest if I could get anyone? Bruce is normally my guest. But we could do me, Bruce and another. Bruce and the fat lad back again. You just popped up, Bruce. Obviously you. You are the sense to my bollocks. It can't be a big channel because you won't be interested. Yeah, everyone has, mate. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to ring round a few people and see if anyone can figure out how to multi-stream. Because Streamlabs, I think that's what it's called, only allows one person. I did download this thing, but it was only a 14-day trial and I ain't paying for it. Yeah. Any subjects anyone wants covered? Real brand? I could certainly try to get him on. I'm not sure if he knows how to use a phone. Stove's been built, mate. Built and tested. You have to go back and watch it. Big man outdoors. I don't think I'm suitable for the Scouts, though, do you, Bruce? When I close down in a bit, mate, you'll have to pop back and watch it. But it ain't for the faint-hearted. It was basically made with the tiniest Gerber in the world. But it worked. It worked. Right, people, I am definitely going to call it now. Thank you all for popping by. Stay safe. Don't go kissing any strangers. Or licking fucking door handles or whatever else they tell you not to do. Ta-da! I've only got a little tool. How do I turn this off?